4. Day 4 to San Fran.
Level.
Goodbye, LA. UCLA, I guess. To San Fran. It's a lot of floors. San Fran. Andrew didn't make it out of the elevator, so I have to wait for him here. It's quite cute. $10.19. Cool. Wardrobe, Andrew, bed, and sitting nook, and a little study table. Andrew's in the way. Move. Thank you. Little fridge. That'll be handy. And the view. Wow. Must be a church. See the trams? And just a lot of sky rises. Okay, had a small diva moment. We got here and I wasn't that impressed with like the bathroom size and like the bed space. I don't know if it's just because we came from LA and it was a bigger hotel, but I went down to front desk and asked them if they had any other rooms available that were bigger, and so we are moving. So scratch all that jazz about 10:19. Let's go to 11 something. What is it? All right, new room tour, pretty much the same, just a touch bigger. One can move and breathe and feel less cagey. I'll show you around. Okay, this is the entrance, and then we have a little like coffee bar to the side here, and bathroom. Nice marble, looks the same. The bathroom's pretty much the same. The lovely gentleman at the front desk did say that if I had any more issues I should just come chat to him and see if he can do anything more, but I think we'll just leave it at this. Like, I can't be too picky. My mum would be embarrassed by me. And then, yeah, so we've got this massive TV stand, I guess, and a little couch in the corner, bedside tables, and the bed. I think we're only missing a bar fridge, but one will survive. Just gonna pop out for some food. We don't know what yet, really. We haven't eaten since In and Out yesterday in LA because we've been traveling and exhausted. 5:30, as expected, was not a fun start to a day. And we'll probably grab some groceries. I don't know if it's me, but I love grocery shopping, so I'm kind of excited to check out the American grocery stores. I hope I can find something, not necessarily sugar-free, but potentially sugar normal, if that's a thing. Australian sugar normal. Yeah. Anything else?
We have a fridge.
Yeah, that's okay. They don't need to know. Let's go see San Fran!
Day 4.
Lots more skyscrapers. Such a pretty sunny day. It's definitely similar to Sydney in some ways. At least definitely more than LA is. So we're having an insanely normal day, probably for most people. Actually, I take that back. Aside from flying in at around like 10 a.m., we've been having a very normal day. So I've managed to stay awake, but Andrew's had a bit of a kip. We had the bit of a room kerfuffle, and then we went out and got some lunch, which was so yummy. And we did a little bit of grocery shopping. So I'll pop lunch in the next clip, and I'll probably pop just the small little things we got for like breakfast and like American shopping stuff. Clip after that. To the smallest food haul ever, probably. So we went to Trader Joe's for the first time, as you saw, and it was actually really cool. It was kind of like an American Harris Farm, and they have like these, I guess, mainly home brand items that seem to be a little bit more well made and with better ingredients. So we're pretty excited to try like in the morning for breakfast, or even seeing as sometimes at 2:30 we get hungry because it's dinner time in Sydney. Some granola with almond butter, which would be interesting. And we got some fresh fruit, strawberries and blueberries, some favourites. They're actually so sweet. We've had a few already, and I'm surprised how sweet they are. I think the strawberries, a few more days and they'll be like insane. And the blueberries, even though they look small, they're actually really sweet. I almost wonder how America potentially snuck some sugar in there. And some yogurt with that. And then we went to Target, which is really strange here. They literally sell everything. Like, I can't really think of something that wasn't there, to be honest. And got some Cheez-Its, a little bit of a cracker snacker, and Kit Kats. I, as you probably see, have already tried one. Strange chocolate in America, definitely a lot more sweeter and less creamy. So not so much a fan, but maybe I'll adjust, or maybe I'll just beg relatives to send me chocolate. We'll see. This is the content you didn't ask for, but you'll probably get too much of, because I like food.
Sounds good. Let's tuck into these Cheez-Its.
Spoiler alert. Extra toasty Cheez-Its. Iconic American snack. We'll be the judge of how iconic it should be. Oh, they're so cute. I'm expecting a relatively mild flavoured cheese cracker. Not expecting to be hit with too much cheese.
I'm wondering what is going to make it extra toasty. I think it's going to be somewhere between like a Jets cracker
And a shape.
and a shake, maybe.
Well, no. I got this one that looks extra toasty, and then the rest of the bag look like this one. So now I feel like because they gave me the extra toasty, is it a lie?
All right, let's give it a go. Yeah, it's probably a toasty ched.
But it's kind of sour at the end.
Actually.
They would kind of be nice if they made them like dippable, like bigger, and you could put them with a dip.
What would you dip with it?
Like anything, hummus, babaganoush. I'm not in love. I don't hate.
They're pretty snackable. I could eat probably a whole bag.
This size.
Yep.
Size of my head, I guess. Well, I definitely could like sit and watch TV and just eat them.
Very easily.
But they're definitely different. But they kind of remind me of their shapes, maybe. Like the cheddar shapes. But you know what? There's no flavor you can see. It's all orange instead.
All orange.
Okay, and then I already had one, as I said earlier, but I'm going to make Andrew try it because American chocolate's different.
Oh, it's much darker already from milk chocolate.
I got the little mini wrapped Kit Kats. I don't know, I'm a bit of a sucker for smaller
Much darker.
items.
Much looks chalkier.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Let's give it a go. I think it might be the milk content, but we'll have a look. Interesting.
Why does it taste better the second time?
Definitely more wafer than an Australian Kit Kat.
Oh yeah.
I can really taste the biscuitiness of the wafer.
28% sugar.
Yeah, definitely far more sweet as well.
I don't know what
think
that is compared to Kit Kat. But you're allowed 6 of these per serving, and that's 140 calories, which I don't think is that bad.
Alright, well, someone let us know in the comments what the percentage of
Australian Kit Kats are for sugar. That would genuinely be very interesting, particularly because we can't get our hands on one anymore. Please and thank you. Wow, this is like legit. Keen. This is fancy. No days off. So we went to our first 4th of July. We walked down to Fisherman's Wharf, and on the way down it was relatively busy. There was definitely a nightlife and like really pretty lights on the buildings. Some of them were lit up red, white and blue. And then as we were walking, as you saw, there were like some street fireworks, which was pretty new. I don't think they were legal, but apparently the police tend to overlook it on the 4th of July, so I guess that makes sense. And they were relatively small, like pretty scary sounding close up, but you know, it was a different culture. And then we got to Fisherman's Wharf, and it was so foggy. It was such a foggy night that the fireworks didn't really do much other than light up the clouds a certain colour. But lots of people around us were whooping and cheering. And as we were walking back, there was some fireworks going off just near Chinatown. I think we got within like 100 to 50 metres of it. And it was so loud. I've never been that close to fireworks before, and they were actually really, really beautiful up close. Yeah, so it was a different night. It was fun to experience the 4th of July, and you definitely felt a lot of, I guess, Americans being proud of the country they live in. And there were good crowds out. I think a lot of them were tourists. We're in San Fran still. And we did manage to grab a little bit of dinner. It was probably pretty late, like 9-10 o'clock we got it, so I'll just pop it in the next clip. If you're interested, keep watching. We just got like a gyros, which was massive, probably bigger than a kebab in Australia, and we shared that and came home.